What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Modi J, and we are locked in. You seen the thumbnail. Meech, Pat, is there a beef there? Pat's starting to move a little bit differently. We know Meech is trying to expand and blow up. What's really going on here? But before we dive into that, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel and you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, when I talk about this, I talk about what's on the show. The real life, whatever they had going on, that doesn't pertain to the show. We're just focusing on what we've seen in the first 4 episodes. So let's jump into this. Pat versus Meech. Is there a beef? Pat is an OG. Pat's been around Detroit for decades. So he's seen Meech grow up to the man that he is now, to working for him. So he pretty much put him in the game. He's been his mentor. He's who Meech idolized. He's seen the chains, the girls, the clothes, the cars. Meech said, that's who I want to be like. Now, the reason I say is there a beef is because Pat isn't moving like he's supposed to be moving. We just recently found out that he's fell off. He's not getting birds like he's supposed to. Now, Meech and them, on the other hand, they're starting to get money. And whatever they owe Pat, they're bringing it to him. But they want to expand. Meech has already told his brother T, look, I want to be a king of this. We can make Pat some money, but I want to expand and do things bigger. Now, in the beginning, we hear Pat, and Pat's telling him, nah, don't move that much, Don't be that flashy. Don't do this. Don't do that, because it's going to draw attention. Whole time, Pat wasn't making that kind of money, so he was trying to limit everything that Meech and T were doing. And this, we seen it right here in this scene right there at the party. They show up. He's like, hey, yo, don't be trying to get too much work, because y'all don't have that. Now, Meech and them, they started running things. They got the rec center. They're starting to expand, and they want to come up and buy things. They don't want to be fronted anything anymore. When I come to you with $50,000 cash, I want $50,000 worth of product. I don't want it on consignment where I come up there and you give me a bird and then I got to come back and pay you off for it. So Pat's trying to keep all of his work together. And as you can see, Meech and T, they're going off to try to meet a new plug. Rock was the guy that gave them the new plug, but it was really a setup. And this setup was for Pat to kill Rock because he went behind his back and he's been running his mouth about Pat. Now, Meech and T, they do have a new plug coming. Well, T has a plug because she doesn't want to work with Meech. But if this happens, this is going to draw Meech and T away from Pat, because he's not even giving them. They wanted 3 birds. He gave them 1, and then he cooked up the rest. They want wholesale. We want it all. Now, the new plug is going to be totally different. So I say, is there going to be a beef? Because if they're getting everything wholesale from, the new plug, what is Pat going to do? He's just going to look at the whole situation. Oh, Meech and T, they turned their back on me. So in reality, you start losing money and you're on drugs. You're going to start to spark up a little beef. And that's where things could get a little crazy between these two. We seen the trailer for episode 5. Pat's talking to Detective Bryant. This could be a precaution to make sure that Meech and them aren't doing too much, because he's on Pat's payroll. And we know that Brian and Meech, they just got into it over the J-Mo situation. I could see a beef coming between them. I don't know how far it could get, because we know that Meech respects Pat. Now, he's looking at him a little bit differently, and he even told T, I still want to be loyal to Pat because he's the one that put us in the game. He showed us love. He gave him money when he was a kid. He wants to keep that loyalty, but T is trying to tell him, bro, Meech, it's all business. If he ain't got it, we got to go somewhere else and get it. Now, that's a whole nother story between Meech and T. But Pat and Meech, I could see them having a disagreement and it not looking too good for at least Pat, because we know who Big Meech is. Meech is going to carry on regardless. So let me know what you guys think. And it may be a beef. It may not get to a street level beef, but we know Pat is trying to keep them down and up under them so he can stay in the game as long as possible, because the work is drying up for him and he's losing his muscle. All right, there you go. Pat and Meech, is there beef? Let me know what you think, if there is a beef. And if you feel that there is a beef, how far do you think it's going to escalate? I don't think it's going to come to any guns. Maybe Meech will buy his way out or something. Let me know what you think below. But I'm Modi J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.